Ladies and gentlemen, it is Q&A day, and I figured since I did not make a SmackDown review, I did not get to watch SmackDown, I would go ahead and make a Q&A video for this weekend. Four questions from three people, and Echo Ray 2736, 3498 Stevo, and the Phenom 8809 all sent me in questions, and they sent in some good questions, so let's get right to it. The first one coming from Echo Ray 2736. His question was, do you like the Legend Killer Randy Orton or the Viper Randy Orton better? And personally, I don't like my Legends being killed, so I'm going to go with the Viper Randy Orton. But seriously, the Viper sounds it sounds better as far as a heel character goes. It just seems to fit as a prefix in front of his name better than the Legend Killer. The Viper also kind of makes it seem more that he's more stealth-like, which is the type of character that he is. So I would have to go probably with the Viper Randy Orton as the better of the two nicknames that Randy Orton has in his arsenal. So Echo Ray 2736, thank you for that question. 3498 Stevo is the next one up, and he sent me in two questions. His first one says, now that Linda McMahon has resigned from her position in the WWE, do you think the PG era is coming to an end, and how long do you think the PG era will continue? I think that the PG era is here to stay for a little bit longer, because I don't think just because she resigned, I think because she resigned, that's not going to affect the PG rating, because it's probably going to stay in place. Because the position that she's going for in the government, it would be, I think it would be a bad move if they went back to TV, whatever, for Linda, because of the main fact that she's still, her husband is still a part of the company, and really, if you look at Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton, what her husband does also kind of affects in a way what she does, and her reaction to stuff and all that. So I don't really see the PG era coming to an end really anytime soon, unfortunately. But that was a good question about Linda McMahon and all that. So the second question is, do you think this Raw guest host thing will ever end? And if it does, will Vince find a permanent GM for Raw? And once again, I think we're in this guest host thing for the long haul, unfortunately. I have not been watching Raw since John Cena won the World Heavyweight title. So I've not really seen the guest hosts that have been hosting. Of course, we had Cedric the Entertainer last week. This week we have the Reverend Al Sharpton, which is, yeah, I'm the main thing they're wanting to do is help these other people promote what they have, and then hopefully that will in turn promote WWE and get more people to watch it. As far as that goes, I don't like it. It's getting old to me, honestly, and I think it's getting old to a lot of people already. Really, if Vince does get rid of this guest host thing, the only possibility is he would have to put a permanent GM in there, because a brand without being run by a general manager will just be kind of pointless unless Vince runs it, which who wants to see Vince kind of run things again, if you get my point. I'd personally rather see a general manager in there. Ted DiBiase or Dusty Rhodes would be my top two choices for a general manager, because they are really good on the camera, in front of the camera, and when they did the guest host thing, and honestly, out of the two, I think that Ted DiBiase did the best job out of all of them. And as far as that goes, to continue, maybe move Ted Jr. over to SmackDown, That way there wouldn't be a so-called interest to conflict, kind of like they done on Raw when Ted Jr. fought Randy Orton. So those would be my top two choices for a general manager once this guest host thing ends. But unfortunately, I don't see it ending anytime soon. I think as long as celebrities have something to promote, then that guest host spot's going to be running strong, and that's that. Which kind of leads into the next question. So that was perfect. So thank you for the question there, 3498 Stevo. The next question comes from the Phenom 8809, and his question was, is there a difference between what's good for the wrestling business and what the fans want to see, or is doing what the fans want to see best for the wrestling business? And personally, the way you keep fans is by, doing good business, I guess. But as it stands right now, what the fans are wanting to see and what's good for business right now is probably two completely different spectrums. Because with this guest host thing, there are only certain people that probably tuned in to watch Bob Barker. Now they're not watching now. There's probably a lot of people that tuned in to watch Shaq, and they're kind of watching now because they're the sports fans and all that. But they may be a few watching, but I don't think they're going to keep that strong audience very long. Business standpoint, I'm sure they're probably making money off these celebrities, getting them to come in, or possibly losing money. I'm not sure, but the fact of the matter is, what the fans want to see right now, fans are wanting to see a general manager in the spot. Fans are wanting to see this guest host thing in, or at least the majority of the people that I've talked to. So it's all a matter of your personal opinion. Personally, for me, I think that business right now is really business will benefit from what the fans want to see. AJ Styles, I'm sure if they get more merchandise for AJ Styles, I'm sure that's going to take off because AJ Styles is now the new TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And on top of that, he's a big fan favorite, and you've seen the crowd reaction when he won the title. So I think, for me personally, what the fans want to see is good for the wrestling business. Because that means they'll keep watching. That means they'll buy the merchandise more. That means, they'll go see live events and whatnot. WWE is going to Dayton, Ohio here in January. And personally, to me, if John Cena is still champion, I really doubt I would want to go see Raw in Dayton. Even though it's a live show, it's going to be on TV. I'd have an opportunity to be seen on TV. If John Cena's champion, I really have no desire to see the show. Because John Cena is good for business. But once again, for me personally, it's not what I want to see. I'd rather see somebody like Ted Jr. in the title picture, somebody like Jack Swagger in the title picture on Raw, somebody like MVP in the title picture on Raw. So that's just my opinion. So Phenom8809, thank you for that question. Very good question. And if you have any questions you want to send my way, go ahead and shoot them in my inbox. And with that being said, that is my Q&A video for this weekend. Hopefully you all had a great weekend, and glad to see the Bengals beat the Steelers this weekend. Hooday! And with that being said, I will hopefully see you all more than likely Thursday for TNA Impact. So you guys take it easy and peace out.